class, so today we're going to look at dividing fractions, and that's going to actually be what you're working on this whole week. Last week we talked about multiplying fractions, and you learned that to multiply, you just multiplied your numerators, the top numbers, and got your answer, and then you multiplied your denominators, which were your bottom numbers, and then got that answer. Sometimes you had to convert it if it was improper, but for the most part, it was just those few simple steps, okay? And I think that you're going to find that dividing fractions is also really simple once we do it a few times, and that's what this lesson is going to be today. Okay, so when we are dividing fractions, there's three really important words that you need to remember, okay? Keep, change, flip. Your turn to say it. I'm listening. Keep, change, flip. And I'm going to tell you and show you what that means when we are dividing fractions. Now, these three words are only for dividing fractions, okay? Do not use these when you're adding, subtracting, or multiplying. Only for dividing fractions, okay? Keep, change, flip. You're going to hear me say that over and over and over again. And I'm going to show you right now, I'm going to demonstrate what that means, and we're going to do a couple problems together. I'm going to show you, I say together, it's really me showing you, but I do want to get on Zoom later and do some together as a class, okay? So here we are. My first division problem is going to be 1 over 7, okay, 1/7, divided by 4 over 1. All right. Following my three words, keep, change, flip, I'm going to explain what this means. So if you don't get it the first time, it's okay. I'm going to do a lot, all right, to practice. So what this means is I'm going to keep the first fraction the way it is. 1 over 7, okay? I'm going to change my division sign to multiplication, and I'm going to flip the second fraction. So if I was to flip 4 over 1, my new fraction would now be 1 over 4. I kept my first fraction the same. I changed division to multiplication, and I flipped my second fraction. So now I have a multiplication problem, and you know how to do that. All right, so let's multiply. That's all we're doing for division. 1 times 1 is 1. 7 times 4 is 28. And that is your answer, 1 over 28. Seemed easy enough? Let's try some more. Oh, where did my little eraser go? I had one. Hold on. I'm just using a paper towel. Okay. And I found this awesome whiteboard in my basement. Who knows what it's from, but it's working. Okay? All right, the next one I want to try is, let's do, I don't know, 2 over 6 divided by 1 over 3, 1/3. Okay? 2/6 divided by 1/3. Keep, change, flip. I'm going to keep my first fraction the same, 2 over 6. I'm going to change my division sign to a multiplication sign, and I'm going to flip my next fraction, the second fraction. You never ever flip the first one. That always stays the same. All right? So I'm going to flip that one, and it's now going to be 3 over 1. And now I'm just going to multiply. Now, a lot of you last week, I think the mistakes I was seeing, and I talked to you if you were doing this, is that you were kind of getting mixed up with the addition and the multiplication. So some of you would say 2 plus 3. Pay attention to this sign, okay? We're not adding 2 and 3. We're multiplying here. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. What do you know about 6 over 6? That equals a whole, right? There's your final answer. Okay? We're going to try another one. Keep, change, flip. Very important words. Okay. I have to get a better setup with this. All right, let's try, I don't know. I'm just making them up as I go. Let's try 1/5 times 6/2. Let's do that one. All right, now you're going to see all different kinds of fractions, and it doesn't matter what they look like here, okay? What matters is that you remember the rule of keep, change, flip. Keep the first fraction the same, change division to oh, I just messed that up. Good thing I caught that just now. See, just like in class. Keep the first fraction the same, change your division to multiplication, and flip the second fraction. Okay, so let's try this one. If I'm keeping my first fraction the same, it's going to be 1/5 again. Change division to multiplication, and flip my second fraction. That's all you're doing for dividing fractions. 1 times 2 is 2. 5 times 6 is 30. 2 divided by 30. Now, that could be simplified, okay, because 2/30ths can be made smaller if you divide both of them by 2, and that would give you 1/15. So if you feel comfortable with simplifying it, you can do that, but I would accept 2/30. All right, want to try another one? Okay. Now you might see some written like this. 1/6 divided by 7. Don't get upset or scared if you see this. What do you know has to happen to that whole number to make it a fraction? You should already know. All we do is put a 1 under it. Right? Now it looks like something that we're used to. Gonna do my keep, change, flip, and let's bring it down. Keep the first fraction the same, change division to multiplication, flip my second fraction, which I already almost didn't do. 1 times 1 is 1, 6 times 7 is 42. Okay, that's what you're going to be seeing. Now let me show you one more example which you might see on some of your work, okay? You might have a fraction division problem that looks like this. What do I do? Think about it. I'm going to put a 1 under that 9 because I need to make that whole number into a fraction in order to divide it. All right? So that's going to be 9/1. Keep that the same. Change your division to multiplication and flip the second fraction. 9 times 4 is 36. 1 times 1 is 1. 36/1 just equals 36. Okay? All right? This really, I think, will be very easy for you. Like I said, we are going to try to do a group Zoom today for math, so as many of you as I can get on, make sure that you read the directions in Google Classroom, click on that link. But really, dividing fractions is basically multiplying them. You're just switching some things around, okay? Keep, change, flip. All right, I'll see you in a little bit.